It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another Zebec Network update, ticker ZBCN. Taking a look at Zebec, you can see that we are sitting here at about a $400 million market cap. And I want to make it clear, I feel like Zebec is planted in a perfect narrative when you think about how lucrative the payroll narrative is. I also want to double down on my thesis of investing into cryptocurrencies that can possibly be used on a daily basis, right? Just finding crypto companies and investments into things that will be implemented into our everyday use. And we know people got to work because people got to make money and take care of their responsibilities. We know artificial intelligence isn't going anywhere, and we know data is the new oil. So my portfolio is really wrapped around, I'm talking about my blue chips, not my like Degen shit. I'm talking about blue chips, but my blue chips are really wrapped around tokens that can be integrated into everyday life, right? Daily use case. And this is why I'm a big fan of Zebec. I also like that the team continues to deliver. On top of that, we have a community that feels like a meme type of community, and we're starting to see, and it's kind of like the same thing that I say about the blue chips that I hold, but you can see I target these type of cryptocurrencies for a reason. Now, I did add a small little bag to my Zebec allocation. What I'm looking for here is I'm personally looking for a inverted head and shoulder breakout here with Solana. It's kind of flunky inverted head and shoulder, but what I want you guys to pay attention here is the breakout over the ultimate RSI. I do believe that at some point we do get a correction in September because everybody is watching the global M2 chart, which is also starting to correct. So it's important that Solana itself can close this week, Sunday, tomorrow, above the 50-day moving averages. We're literally staring at a possible golden cross here on the weekly. When you look at the 21-day EMA and a 50-day moving averages, right? I would assume that Solana is also above the money noodle and the bull market band. But we also are headed to resistance here at 285, which is the 786. So we have a golden pocket here between the 786 and the 681. That's basically 205, between 205 and 284. In my opinion, Solana tokens themselves, right? And I think Zebec is a little bit of a stronger token because it is listed on exchanges. In fact, when I was doing my research this morning, everything that I've seen about Zebec being posted is about it being possibly listed on Coinbase, Binance, and also Kraken. So like Zebec has been able to perform even in the midst of not really listed on these top exchanges. I personally got my Zebec on crypto.com. What we want to see sold here is really enterprise discovery and get above 284. So the ecosystem coins need to break into all-time highs, and that would put these coins within the ecosystem in a position to really have a rally, right? Maybe not an altcoin season, but some type of rally. This all depends on, of course, the big boss, the Fed, and how the market continues to react to the macro, right? It's not just all crypto on what you see on crypto Twitter. And you can see that this has been heavy resistance here at 205. 205 has been heavy resistance here for Solana. So it is a chance that it gets rejected on Monday. So Monday, we need to see Solana start to push through this golden pocket and really head to the the 280 area. I think the noise will get a little bit louder for Sol once it gets above 285 and it starts to really enterprise discovery, and you start to see Solana, its chain itself, become really interesting. I'm also paying attention to that total 3 because Zebec sits in that little bucket of altcoins in the total 3, and you can see here that we do have our ultimate RSI cross to the upside, but coming up to resistance just like any other token. And I've talked about this chart here in the Jasmine video, so I'm not gonna go too deep. If you want to know more about the total 3 and how I view it, go check out that video. It's the video I made yesterday. So still bullish momentum here, but time is running out, right? We think about the historical cycles. Based off history, only got about 50 to 70 days left. Some would even say a little bit longer, maybe 3 to 4 months before we see a massive correction inside the market. There's also the noise that the global M2 is starting to correct, which could cause huge correction across risk assets. So just keep that in mind when the Fed cuts, right? And there's supposed to be a cut in September. Don't be surprised you see a dip first, right? dip first, because that is signaling, hey, something is wrong. The Fed has to ease. So it could be a dip first, but 3 or 4 months down the line, you normally see an explosion after that cut. And then not to add, we already had our main first Fed cut last year, right? So these are not like, oh, we're starting another Fed cut. We dump when we see cuts. Yeah, the first Fed cut, we already had that, right? So this is like following up. So this is why I think that we still got a shot at altcoin season. Now, taking a look at things from a weekly standpoint on Zebec. Again, Zebec is a long-term hold headed into an altcoin season. I will be taking profits on Zebec, but that doesn't mean I won't be leaving a small bag throughout the bear market and to possibly accumulate going into the next cycle. We are watching this downtrend here because we do got a higher high here, and Zebec is a little bit different because it's already had a nice good run. And we know from other tokens that have this type of runs that I can actually compare a token right here that had a run early in the cycle, which was Jasmine. I'm just showing you guys how the first run is. So you see how you had this first run, right? Jasmine literally did 20x, right? It corrected, and then it had like the next leg, right? So what we're looking for is Zebec to put in that next leg to the upside. If we zoom in, you can see here that the ultimate RSI is still above that orange line. So technically, until we get across, we are still bullish here for Zebec. But we are looking at this being a lower high, which could possibly spell some trouble as people who bought down here start to take profits and market makers start to shake people out. I want to also look at the script that I created to see if we got any buy or sell signals here, because I'm pretty sure that the stock RSI here on Zebec should be resetting. So actually, let me go here to our indicator. And guys, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithm. So we did get a buy signal back here, but we didn't see a lot of strength here with the stock RSI. So in my opinion, if you're looking and you're anticipating that we have an altcoin season, this could be an opportunity to really get your Zebec bag up in this little area here, right? Which I right now is serving as support. So just keep that in mind, as Zebec is a little bit overextended than some altcoins. So a correction is not, you know, foreign here, and a possible double top is not foreign here. Okay, on this channel, we don't just give moon boy analysis. We don't just go down rabbit holes and connect everything to BlackRock. We really talk about what we see based off the data and TA, excuse me. And yeah, you can't deny that this could possibly end up being a double top. You got a wick candle here, another wick candle. You can see that we continuously get rejected here, and a wick candle here. You know, this is the sellers just not, the whales, what I say, should I say, just not letting us get above that. But maybe they're accumulating, anticipating we do get another centralized exchange listing, which could be absolutely insane for Zebec. Just taking a look at where we're at as far as exchange listings now. And I mean, you just can't really deny, right, the you know what I'm saying, you can't really deny the interest in Zebec. And not, you know, Solana itself could possibly take this thing crazy. 20 million in volume, insane. And you know, Zebec, in my opinion, should be worth well over $1 billion when you talk about the niche that we're in. It's listed on crypto.com, but it's not yet listed on Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. So there's still opportunity there. I don't even see Gemini here. So like, what, 3 or 4 top exchanges still haven't listed Zebec? So that's why I think that we still have potential to go higher. But for anybody that has been buying these tops, you just want to have an understanding of where Zebec came from. Yes, we can go to fucking be moon boy and go way to the billions of dollars, right? Or we can get rejected in the bear market. You know, maybe the bull market or altcoin season as we know it won't happen. So just be prepared for any scenario. Don't get too bearish. Don't get too bullish. It's important in this part of the cycle, right? Because historically, we're running out of time, to just be level-headed. That way you can execute, right? It doesn't matter how good a token is in a bear market. It's going to go, the price is going to capitulate, right? Doesn't matter how good a token is. I mean, Bitcoin capitulated from 70K to 15K, right? I'm not saying the bear market starts tomorrow. What I'm telling you guys is that Bitcoin had a bull run. It went from 15K to 120. It's still actively in its bull run. Ethereum looks like it wants to start its bull run. Solana looked like it wants to start its bull run, right? But historically, peak, right? Post halving to peak is literally like 550 days, right? And we're like right there at like 500 days, right? We're right there. So just have an understanding, you know, this is another thing, right? Just looking at the token unlocks, you can see 1%, 1%, 1%. So there are some unlocks coming, right? And this is why you're probably seeing Zebec get a little bit, stopped at that resistance and rejected at that resistance as people start to take profits, anticipating these unlock events. Doesn't mean they're going to unlock and dump, but it's just, I've been around, right? I've been through unlocks with Hedera, H-bar, so I've seen this before. So just understand what you're buying, have a entry initial strategy, but also have a exit strategy as well. Anyway, guys, let me know what y'all think about ZBCN. I'm still bullish on ZBCN. I'm telling you, as long as SOL stays above this orange line on ultimate RSI, the total 3 stays above this ultimate RSI, and Zebec itself can really get some strength above the ultimate RSI, I will continue to be bullish. But I do understand, right, that the reason why it's so close to this orange line, because we had this huge run up here. I mean, look at how long it was above the orange line. So it correcting is not foreign in my opinion, and maybe this is a healthy correction if you believe that this project could get adopted in the midterm or long term. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe. I'll continue to make the ZBCN videos, and give me your price prediction in the comments. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.